So the UFC awards were last night. We're gonna go through them. We're gonna talk about all the winners. But the main topic of this video has to be a fighter of the year, Alex Pereira. You know, when Alex Pereira was rumored to come to the UFC, we all knew about his beef with Israel Adesanya. I don't think anybody who wasn't, fully into kickboxing could have comprehended that Pereira could have done what he's done in such a short amount of time. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the other award winners. So before we get into it, the usual spiel. If you like the content, subscribe. That's out of the way. Let's go through the results, and we're going to talk about it. Lifetime Achievement Award, Mark Coleman. I feel like we all knew that he was going to win an award. If you guys don't remember, this guy saved his family from a burning house. We can get into his career and that, but Mark Coleman, loved by nearly every UFC fighter. I'm glad to know that he's doing better. I would have loved if, because Max Holloway wanted Mark Coleman to put the belt around the winner at UFC 300 for the BMF belt. I really wish they did that. But Mark Coleman, NCAA Division I champion, and the first UFC heavyweight champion, legend of the sport. Yeah. Moving on. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna come back to Herrera. And then we'll come back to John Whaley. Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, not John. Fuck. Yeah, I wish. Breakthrough Fighter of the Year, Tom Aspinall. Yeah, I mean, I thought they were gonna go with a prospect, but then there's no way around it. He won the interim title at MSG, defended it, and he's beaten everybody in the top of the heavyweight division, except for John Jones and still gone. Well, yeah, very deserving of Tom Aspinall. We all know that he will get his title shot this year, hopefully. Looks like Dana White is pretty stood firm on the fact that Tom Aspinall is the next one. I guess we can go over the other nominees too. Anatoly Malikin. Okay. BSD, he did get knocked out by Poirier, so Diego Lopez is a good one, and Ian Gary, I would have Diego Lopez and National welcome. International Fighter of the Year, Dricus Duplessis. Dricus Duplessis in 2024 definitely put his name on the map. Not only from his fight style, you can talk about how close that Sean Strickland fight was, but he broke Sean Strickland and Israel Adesanya at the press conference. Something only Ilya Topuria and the likes of Conor McGregor can do. So this is very deserving. You could put Topuria up there, but Dricus, entertainment-wise, and the fact that he finished Israel Adesanya, who is probably the second best middleweight of all time. Which I think DDP has a chance to beat, or Hamza Chimaev will beat DDP, and nobody's ever gonna get that title back, barring Hamza doesn't get injured. Other nominees: Shizuru Suzuki, Ilya Topuria, JDM, absolutely, Young Whaley. Fighter of the Year, Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. I feel like we all knew that this was gonna be the fight of the year. A phenomenal performance by Max Holloway, and that last second KO, probably one of the best KOs in MMA history. Other mentions: Pantoja versus Brandon Moreno, Clay Collard versus Shane Burgos, Dan Hooker versus Jalen Turner, Dustin Poirier versus BSD. Yeah, no, it wasn't a competition. Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje was the fight of the year. Then we know that Max Holloway went on to lose against Ilya Poirier, sadly. But still, he has the BMF title. He's moving out to 155. There's a lot of fun matchups for Max Holloway in the lightweight division, so I'm looking forward to what we'll see. Knockout of the year again, Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje, overhand right. Like this, as it says right there, quite possibly the greatest KO in MMA history. Max Holloway did his typical stand and bang in the center of the arena with, 10 seconds left. Caught him with an overhand and knocked him out. Again, probably one of the best KOs in MMA history. Honorable mentions: Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell. That was lethal. Justin Gaethje's head kick over Dustin Poirier. That was another one. Levi Carell versus Mateo. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. I remember that fight showing up on my Instagram feed. And Vinicius Oliveira versus Bernardo Chapar's flying knee at Vegas 87. Submission of the year: Diego Lopez versus Gavin Tucker. Triangle out armbar. This is an unreal submission. Honorable mentions: Alexander Volkov versus Tai Tuivasa, Equal choke. Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez on triangle. Damon Blackshear versus Jose Johnson, Twister, at UFC Vegas 78. And Israel Makhachev starts choke over Dustin Poirier, which crushed my hopes and dreams in life. Comeback of the year: Tom Aspinall. Obviously, he got injured in the Curtis Blade fight, came back, and he avenged that Curtis Blade's loss along with beating Pavlovich for the title, which I know was the interim title, which I know was last year, but I feel like we all felt that Tom Aspinall was going to win a few awards here. Upset of the year: no doubt Sean Strickland versus Israel Adesanya. This is one of the biggest upsets in UFC history. And, they had DDP versus Robert Whittaker. That was the one. In hindsight, though, DDP is a beast. Jason Jackson versus Yaroslav Mosov. Neil Magny versus Mike Mallet. OSP versus Kennedy Njoku. Yeah. That Sean Strickland fight was shocking. Like, we all know that leading up to in that press conference, Sean Strickland broke Israel Adesanya. He even almost finished Izzy in this fight, but he walked Israel Adesanya down. Israel Adesanya being one of the best strikers of all time, one of the best middleweights of all time. And yeah, this was really, really impressive. Commentator of the year: John Anik. We don't even need to get into it. John Anik by far is the best commentator in the UFC. No disrespect to everybody else, but he is. Analyst of the year: Michael Bisping. Other nominees are Dan Hardy, Dean Thomas, Paul Felder, Sayed Saad. Um, yeah, I guess Bisping won it, but like we can get into the commentating and analyzing the sport. He does do a good job on his channel. Coach of the Year, Plano Cruz. We all know this. Herrera won Fight of the Year. Plano Cruz was a big part of that. And if you guys don't know, Plano Cruz is a very, very powerful man. Not only in the UFC, but in the world. And what him and Pereira did this year were nothing short of impressive. Other nominees: Eric Nixon, Francisco Rosso, Marcos Pedumada, and Tim Welch. Trainer of the Year: Ian Larios. Other nominees: Everton Oliveira, Heather Linden, Jordan Sullivan, Phil Dario. The Fighting Nerds. The winner, no brainer behind closed doors, K.O. Geraldo, John Silva, and Michael Rufi. I mean, I'm being Coach of the Year, bingo. So I would think leading man, Dana White, best promotion, UFC, personality, Nina Marie Daniel. She did blow out, but I'm just gonna say MMA Guru deserved that award. Best MMA programming, Dana White's Contender Series, MMA Media Source of the Year, ESPN, MMA Journalist of the Year, Ariel Helwani, Fighting Spirit of the Year, Mark Coleman. Without a doubt, he was going to win the award. So, let's go back up to Fighters of the Year. Zhang Weili, I feel like, with Amanda Nunes gone, and I guess with Kayla Harris coming up, Zhang Weili definitely did prove herself this year with wins over Amanda Lemos and Gion Yan. Really impressive what she's been able to do this year. But, like the honorable mentions, Kayla Harrison, I feel like she'll probably end up winning the belt, and we'll probably see the Nunes fight. But, Zhang Weili absolutely deserves. Zhang Weili absolutely deserves Fighter of the Year as far as the female division goes. Now, we're gonna talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Alex Pereira winning Fighter of the Year. And I'll even take this off. It was between Ilia Topuria and Alex Pereira. But there's no doubt it's Pereira, right? He single-handedly saved 3 cards. He knocked out 2 former champions in 1 year. Had that war with Carl Roundtree where he showed that he can deal with adversity. Now I know the biggest argument against Alex Pereira is he needs somebody to test his grappling. Jan Blachowicz did that, and Pereira won that fight in a very close fight. Next up, I do believe it will be Uncle Ian, but the thing with Uncle Ian is that even though he has wrestling, I don't think he's this massive test for Pereira. I honestly think Pereira won't be tested in the grappling department in the light heavyweight division. I feel like he will need to move up to the heavyweight division, face the likes of John Jones, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades, Jolton Almeida maybe, guys like that who would potentially be heavier or around his weight. And also too, everybody wants to see if Alex Pereira can become the first triple champion in UFC history. Like, this guy's only been in the UFC, what, 3 years? And he's a double champ. He has wins over guys like Strickland, Adesanya, Bohovic, Yuri Prohaska twice, Jamal Hill. And even though we clowned on the fight, Khalil Roundtree is definitely a top contender. Now, I really want Khalil Roundtree to get his shot against Jamal Hill, but I feel like he will get the loser of the the loser of Prohaska versus Jamal Hill. That's what I believe. Well, all in all, I would say I agree with most of these awards, and like I said, the topic has to be Fight of the Year, right? And that's the only award we really care about. Man, I understand the Topuria argument where Topuria beat arguably the number 2 pound for pound guy in Volkanovski, and then beat Max Holloway, the BMF champion. But I feel like Pereira put the UFC on his back for sure. And he proved that he's here to make money, obviously, but he's here to make a legacy, and he already cemented it. The fastest guy to defend his title 3 times. I don't see anybody coming close to that record anytime soon, and he did that at 37. Like, it's nothing short of impressive, and I do believe we will see Pereira at heavyweight this year. I really hope we do. Maybe we can get Francis Ngannou back too, because I would honestly say Ngannou versus Alex Pereira would potentially be the biggest fight ever in UFC history. But that's really all I got. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, what did you think about the MMA awards? Do you think anybody was snubbed? And yeah, other than that, use more spiel I do at the beginning and end. If you like the content, subscribe. Get out of here.